Alright guys, today is the day. I'm so excited. I feel like I've been dreaming of this moment for so long. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you will not have seen, but I changed my hair. I'm now what I like to call blonde, because I'm not brunette and I'm not fully blonde. I'm in the middle. Blonde. So yeah, I changed my hair. I am naturally like a super dark brunette, so I haven't had any darkness kind of at the ends of my hair since before Cody and I even started dating. He's never seen me with dark ends, which is kind of crazy to think. So it's a nice change. We did a fresh trim, and that is not what this video is about. So let's we'll come back to this in a vlog. But anyway, hello, welcome to today's video. This video is going to be super fun, and it's definitely one of those like real life chat videos that I've been wanting to make, and I've been kind of waiting to make, if that makes sense, because I can officially say I have paid off my student loan, and I'm so happy about it. I just feel like this is something that isn't necessarily talked about a whole lot, but it is so common, and just even talking about finances is something I'm super passionate about. I deal with my friends all the time, and so I wanted to kind of have this conversation with you guys to kind of let you know about my student loan journey and kind of how I paid it off and what my strategies were and different things like that, and just kind of have a conversation about it because I think it's really important. And before we get started, please don't ever compare your financial situation to someone else's. That's something I'm going to talk about later in the video, but it was a little bit more difficult for me to kind of wrap my head around that mindset, and everyone's on their own journey. Everyone has different circumstances and situations, and that's really important to keep in mind when it comes to finances and talking about it in any sense. Let's start with a little bit of history. So I went to school for 2 years. I went to BCIT and I took the Broadcast and Media Communications program for television. This was a 2-year diploma program, and it went by super fast, and I actually went right after high school. So I graduated high school, and that September I started at school right away. As you can see, I am in a different location because I have now moved into my basement bedroom suite type thing for college. So I actually had my first day of college today, which is basically just an orientation day. And along with that, I did actually have to move out of my parents' house at the time so I could go to school in Vancouver. If you guys don't know where Vancouver and Victoria is, it's just like a ferry ride away, but that is a big move, and I was living on my own for the first time and having to pay rent and utilities and all that stuff, and I was literally 17, fresh out of high school, so you can imagine how much savings I had, which was none. Once I finished my 2 years at BCIT and I graduated, I was left with $24,000, around $200-ish in student loans. And the reason that my loan is either, some people are going to think it's not that much and some people are going to think it's a lot. It totally depends, and that's why I said at the beginning, don't compare your financial situation, because mine was very different than a lot of the students that went to school with me, and that was simply because a lot of them were actually living at home at the time, and obviously if I could, I would have, but I couldn't. And like I said before, I didn't have any previous savings. I did have a couple jobs in high school that I was saving money for, like my spending money, but nothing substantial to put towards like tuition or living expenses, that kind of thing. So I was kind of starting at ground zero, and I applied for so many scholarships and bursaries, and I did that throughout my entire college career. I started in high school and moved that into college, and I applied for pretty much everything I could, and I did win a lot of money, or received a lot of money from those things, so those are always very useful. Definitely worth the time. So if you have the option to apply for scholarships and bursaries, just do the research and do it, because it's going to make it so worth it. My student loan definitely would have been way higher had I not done that. So not only did my loan include tuition costs, but it did also include living expenses and rent and all of those things that I needed to be able to live over in Vancouver, here in Vancouver, to go to school. Now getting into my strategy on how I was paying off my loan. So I graduated from school, I decided to take on YouTube full-time for the first time, and I told my parents that I would give myself a year to see if I could make it work and make an income and see what happens from there. Obviously, once you graduate and you don't have a job or don't have a very substantial job, you're able to defer your payments. So that is exactly what I did for the first year. I didn't pay anything off of that loan the first year because I was just getting a start on YouTube and starting to make a proper income. It was definitely sparse, I'm not gonna lie about that. Any type of freelance job, it comes in waves like anything, and it still to this day does. There's nothing super consistent when it comes to payments in this job and in my particular situation, which can be super frustrating at times, and I'll talk about that a little bit more when it comes to paying off. But for the first year, I didn't pay anything because I didn't want to and I couldn't. Once I started to make a more consistent income from YouTube the following year, I decided to stop deferring my payments and start paying $200 monthly. This seemed like a really nice minimum for my payments, and it was enough money that I wasn't going to miss every single month. It was going to be actually helpful for me to start paying this off. And also too, I was able to put some money away and save for traveling, which I found to be super, super important at that time. I didn't feel like putting a bunch of money on my student loans right away when I knew I could just put some money aside and go traveling instead. Cody and I were newish, a couple years into dating, and we went to a lot of amazing places, and I definitely wouldn't have been able to if I was super, super serious about paying off this loan and just like didn't spend any extra money on other things, and that's not the way I wanted to live. And I'm really glad I got the chance to travel. We went to some amazing places like New Zealand, we went to the UK for the first time, we went to like Paris and London. There was just like so many great trips and like really big trips that I do not regret in the slightest. Loans like this have such a small interest rate that it is not worth it to speed pay it off if that's not something you want to, and you want to put your money into savings for something else that's going to be more fulfilling. That's just my personal preference. Obviously, credit card debt is way different than student loans when it comes to interest rates. So if you have credit card debt, you should probably work to pay that off as soon as possible. But student loans, I feel like it's a little bit different because the interest rate is so low every single day. So this was about a year after I graduated. I was starting to put money on, I was starting to travel, we were starting to kind of just pick up our lives and just be a little bit more financially stable as a couple, but also me in my job. And this is the time that I decided I was actually going to up my payments and start paying $500 a month, because our rent where we were living was so cheap. So cheap compared to anything else in Vancouver. Miss that. Don't miss the actual apartment. It was our previous place. If you've been here long enough, it was our last place where I was filming my videos in like half the living room. It was a great humbling time. And so yeah, basically I just decided I was making enough money with YouTube and my sponsorships and all that kind of stuff, how I make my normal income, to pay off $500 a month. And I kind of calculated that out, and I got really inspired with how much faster I could pay off my loan if I put that big of a chunk onto it every single month. It was kind of crazy, and I knew that was a lot of money, but we had just gone on trips and things were looking great, so that's kind of what I decided to do. But then we moved into this apartment and our rent increased double, if not more. And so I kind of had to scale back, and I went back to the $200 a month because I definitely wanted to make sure I was set and able to pay the rent properly for this place, because it was substantially more. No regrets though. I love this apartment so much and I'm so much happier here. So it's definitely a good choice in the long run, but not necessarily to paying off my student loans faster. Once we got settled in the rhythm of living here and our expenses and our costs and everything like that, I felt it was okay to start putting extra money onto my student loans. This was just like leftover money from different things essentially after having all of my expenses paid. And the way I get paid is, like I said, so sparse that I can get an influx of money, and then for a couple months I don't really make anything. So I have to be super careful with how I divide my money. And so when I felt it was comfortable and okay, I would put extra money onto my student loans. For instance, my last birthday, not this past one, but the one last year, instead of buying myself like a nice lavish gift that some people do, I put $1,000 onto my student loan. I did want to share some of the ways that I kept this goal kind of at the front of my mind, always on my mind, and kind of keep myself in check when it comes to spending money and also trying to pay off a loan. So for me, I feel like so many people always say like, you know, you can save so much money by skipping your morning coffee or don't go to Starbucks. That brings me so much joy. I'm not going to get rid of that. Instead, I'm going to kind of just put whatever extra money, like I said before, onto my student loans. So for instance, I have a Poshmark. I sell my used clothes on there, and anything I got from that, I would just put straight onto my student loans, because it's money that I didn't necessarily have in the first place, so I'm not going to miss it. It's not part of my expenses. So if you guys also have a Poshmark, a Depop, or any type of side hustle, and you can afford to kind of not use that money for your expenses every month, then that's a great way to just chuck money onto your loan and be done with it sooner. And obviously I was still making my monthly payments, but on top of that, I would just throw some extra money. Also too, a lot of the time, I'm a big shopper. I love shopping. And so for bigger purchases, I always kind of thought to myself, would I rather have this item or would I rather put the money on my student loan and feel so good sleeping at night when it's paid off, you know? And so for me, I went through a phase where I really wanted a designer bag, and I was like, you know what, Michaela, don't do it. Hold yourself back. It's not worth it. You can buy yourself a designer bag once you pay off your student loans. And I'm pretty good with incentives that I was like, okay, that's a great idea. This is my internal conversation with myself. And so I gave myself that goal, and that was probably decided about 1.5 years ago. I don't even want a bag now. I mean, I do. Like, I probably would, but it's not at the top of my priority list when back then it was like so important to me and it was like motivating me. But now that we're here, it's not really something I'm super, I don't know, into, if that makes sense. Like, maybe I'll get a designer bag at some point, but it's not super important to me anymore. And so I feel like having those conversations with yourself when you're spending money or thinking about it, obviously there's necessities and different spending things that come up when you're living your life, and that's totally fine, but it's those like extra purchases and things that you don't necessarily need that I kind of have that conversation with myself, and I ended up saving a lot of money or just, again, paying off my loan faster because of it. Kind of as a side note, I did want to mention I'm very much aware that I'm making this video in 2020, and this is not the situation for everyone. Here in Canada, I'm assuming it's all of Canada, they stopped our student loan payments as soon as the pandemic hit. They just kind of stopped it, and they have now started to take money off again in October. So it's been many months of them not doing that. I don't know what it's like for the rest of the world. I also understand that so many people this year have lost their jobs, and I just don't want to be insensitive to that. I'm very much aware that I'm in a very privileged state to sit here and say I paid off like my student loans in a year that so many people have lost. So please know that I'm not trying to, I don't know, come across in a very insensitive way, because I'm very much aware, very fortunate to be in the situation I am. I'm just here to share with you guys my experience and my journey about paying off my student loans or paying off debt in general, because I feel, again, like it's not something people talk about. A lot of YouTubers don't even go to college, and so making a video like this I thought was important, because also too, so many people, which is no discredit to anyone, so many people have help with their student loans and have these savings accounts since they were babies, and that's totally fine. And like, we all wish we were in that situation too, but some of us just aren't. And so I feel like these are the conversations we need to have and not have a stigma around it, if that makes sense, because whether you have a loan or not, like, you went to school and that's so cool and you're very privileged to be able to do that. Some of us just have to pay off a loan before we can start working on saving for other things. And that kind of brings me back to the point of not comparing your financial situation to other people. There were so many times on social media where I saw people buying houses and condos and just kind of what I felt to be further life stages, if that makes sense. And that always kind of made me sad, because I'm like, why do I have this huge like other loan to pay? Like, why aren't I saving for those things? Why don't I have the means for that? And like, you can't do that. Like I said, some people have their finances taken care of for them when it comes to student loans, and some people don't. Like, it totally depends on the situation, and you cannot compare to anything you see on social media for the most part. So just kind of keep that in mind and know you're not alone when that happens, because I was definitely there, and I kind of had to check myself and just be like, everyone's on a different path, and that's okay. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to that. I feel like these videos are no fun unless you share actual numbers. So I'm gonna share what I paid off each year up until it was 0. 2017 was the year that I started to properly pay off my loan. This was $200 a month plus any extra I was able to afford, and that paid off $3,896.70 that year. In 2018, I was able to bump that up and pay off $5,200, again with some other payments that were $500 plus some $200 ones once I moved, and then anything extra I was able to put on. In 2019, again with the $200 payments plus any extra I was able to put on, that ended up being $4,414.34. And then this past year, up until I paid it off, I paid a total of $4,989.31. And I do actually have a clip of me officially paying it off to celebrate. Also too, I forgot that it's the end of the month and they were taking my $200, like my monthly payment, because they haven't taken it since February because of the pandemic. So it's actually $200 cheaper today than I thought it would be, so that's kind of exciting. So my remaining balance as of right now is $13.0254. So I'm gonna pay it off. I'm so excited. Let's go do a transfer. Let's pay bills here. And I want to make sure I get the right amount so I'm not overpaying them. Hi Snakes, are you here for the excitement? $13.0254. Are you so excited? Yeah, we're gonna pay off my student personal student loans. This is coming from that account. I'm about to hit finish. I could cry, I'm so happy. It's paid. I paid all my student loans. That is so exciting. Okay, I'm gonna call my mom. Hi. Guess what I did?
What did you do?
I paid off my student loan.
Good to say that. Yeah, you got a guess right.
Good guess, Dad. It's official. And because I forgot that they take out the $200 at the end of the month, I only had $1,302 left to pay. So.
Great.
But it's done. It's complete. I hit send. Now the government's not taking any more of that money.
That $200 a month that you were paying on it needs to go into somewhere else.
It will. I'm gonna set that up. But anyway, just wanted to share the news.
That's something.
We did it, guys. We did it.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, well, I'm gonna carry on with the rest of my day. Just wanted you to be a part of it. You've been here all this time.
We're happy.
Thanks. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye, love you. I definitely always picture this moment, me like dancing around opening up a bottle of champagne, but it's like 2:30 on a Tuesday and I have other work to do, so that's not going to happen, but it will at some point. I'll make sure it does. So yes, the loan is officially paid off, which is so exciting. It feels like a weight has been lifted. And again, student loans aren't something that need to be paid off right away. Some people have student loans to pay off that take them 30 years. Some people pay them off in a year. It's not something to compare to. I'm just trying to be more proud of myself and celebrate the wins, big or small, when it comes to things like this, because it is something I worked towards and took many years. So yeah, I'm just proud of myself and I wanted to share that. But I did want to leave you guys with some helpful resources that I found when I was kind of starting to look into finances more, kind of focus on how to pay off my loan and just kind of get my finances and budget in check. I really love the Financial Diet. They have a book. I will link it down below. It was so helpful to me. It's so interesting. The book itself is actually really fun to read, and a lot of the tips in there are really helpful and useful. They also have an Instagram account that I personally love, and I have been using the TD My Spend app. Obviously, this is only going to work if you have a TD bank account, but you guys know I work with them, but I've also been banking with them for my whole life, and this app is so great and like is kind of just a reality check. Like it tells you how much you've spent in a month and like where your money's going, and I opened that thing up the first time and was like, I'm not gonna show anyone this because it's so mean. Like it really comes for you, which is good and definitely keeps you in check when it comes to these kind of things. So if you have a TD bank account, definitely download the My Spend app because it's very helpful and quite rude. And I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it's a little bit different from my channel, but I really want to kind of talk about these real life experiences because I know so many of you guys can relate to me on them, and I just love that. I love the sense of community, and if you are currently working to pay off your student loan or any type of debt, like, no, I'm rooting for you. You can do it. It's a long road, but it's so worth it once you get there, and I just want you to know that I'm proud of you for making it this far. And if you're new to my channel, you can subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.